Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Today my name is Underround. That's not how that sentence goes. That's not the correct formation of those words. Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. My name's Underround, and on this channel we do loads of videos about tech, we do vlogs, we do live streams, we do videos about photography, videography, and how to make you a better creator. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, press the bell, and yeah, share, like, comment, all those good things. Today we're talking about the iPad Pro, and can you use the iPad Pro as your main editing machine? Right, so I've been using the iPad Pro for photo editing mainly over the last few months. I've had this about 9 months. It's an amazing machine. It's the 2019 model, it's not the 2020 version, but to be honest, the only difference is the camera, and the chip is a little bit different, but it's got the same processing power, the same hardware. It's a fantastic machine. I use it with the Apple Pencil. This is a second generation Apple Pencil. I love this. Just even if you're just using it as a stylus, it's an amazing bit of technology that works seamlessly with this iPad Pro. So like I said, I've been editing my photos a lot on here, especially on the go. When I was away in New York, I edited all the photos from New York on the iPad Pro. And if I'm out and about, I take this with me. If I'm going out and shoot, I generally take this so I can upload the photos right onto the iPad and just generally get a look and a feel of how they're going to come out after final processing, final editing further on down the line. But in this video, we're talking about video. Can you use the iPad as your main editing rig? Something you can use on a daily basis for 4K footage, doing graphics, adding titles, lower thirds. Can you use this as your vlogging editing machine so you can get loads more done for that maximum amount of productivity? I think the answer is yes, but it comes with a few caveats. Let's talk about the actual hardware and using it on a daily basis first. The actual hardware, it's an amazing machine. It's so fast, it can chew through 4K footage, no problem. I shoot all my vlogs that I go out and do on the GoPro at 4K 60, so if I want to, I can slow it down just a little bit for B-roll. I do loads of 4K time lapses, it just handles those with no problem. Photo editing, I shoot all my photos in RAW, so I plug them in straight, I put them into the iPad and it handles those with ease, and I can edit and pull colours back here and there with Lightroom on the iPad. It's not the full version of Lightroom, so I'd like to see like a desktop version, and that's my main complaint about the iPad really. I'd like to see a desktop version of a video editing software on here, like Final Cut, but like a proper version of Final Cut. It's got the hardware, it's got the power, like I've said, it can chew through 4K footage. Now I'd like to see the software catch up so we can use the full extent of all the power that's inside of this iPad Pro. And when it comes to using the iPad, the pencil comes in very handy when editing. I've got the keyboard on here. It's just the basic keyboard that folds over like that. It's very nice, it's very magnetic, and the keyboard itself I like. It's not the Magic Keyboard with the trackpad, but I might invest in that further on down the line if the software catches up. That is the main thing I'm looking for. So using the iPad, the actual hardware itself is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I've just got a few bugbears, but first let's just talk about the editing software that you can get on iPad. You've got a few options. I use LumaFusion. It's a paid app, and it's about, I don't actually know how much it is. I think I paid about £25 for it, but it's an extremely powerful editing app. LumaFusion can do most things. You can key music, you can key masks, you can add green screen effects, you can add titles, you can add transitions, you can add loads and loads of different things, and that coupled with the hardware and the power of the iPad, it's a very capable editing software indeed. There are other options. You've got Adobe Rush, which is more of a mobile-based editing software, along with iMovie from Apple as well, which is very capable as well. There's lots of options out there. There's some other third-party ones, but those are the main three that I'd use if I was using the iPad as my main editing software and main editing rig. But LumaFusion is the one I'd fully recommend. So there's a few bugbears, and this is why maybe if you're doing more advanced videos, it really depends on what kind of videos you're making. If you're making YouTube videos, YouTube vlogs, then yes, no problem. You can import your footage onto the iPad and you can use it to edit simple vlogs, videos, some more advanced stuff with titles. But for me, at the moment, it's still lacking a little bit because there's a few things that stop it from being a totally professional machine. There's a couple of things which are stopping me. One is the import process. I use this, I did a video on this little bad boy. It's a USB SD card reader that I carry everywhere in my bag. It just plugs in by USB-C, and the fact that the iPad Pro has USB-C is a massive plus because the transfer times are a little bit quicker and the charging is more reliable. But the actual process of transferring your files from an SD card onto the iPad is just still a little bit clunky. The Files app isn't very good. It's just a little bit complicated. When I go into LumaFusion and I'm trying to find where the files are, for a start, it just confuses me. I can't get my head around it and find them. There's just not one simple thing that it does when it comes to importing footage. When you plug the adapter in, it doesn't sort of recognize it in LumaFusion straight away. So that would be something that I'd want. A streamlined system for importing your footage, getting editing, getting that process underway faster, is that at the moment with the iPad Pro just isn't there, or at least I haven't figured out how to do it properly. My other bugbear is just the software is lacking. I mean, I know I've talked about LumaFusion and it is a fantastic software, and like I said, if you're doing basic videos, it's going to be more than capable for doing those. But if you're 2 or 3 years into your YouTube career and you want to add tracking titles and you want to sort of design your own things to put into your videos, and you want to use more complicated and more customizable masking transitions and import transitions and LUTs and things like that, you can do LUTs on LumaFusion, but it's just lacking. I'd like a desktop version of Final Cut on the iPad Pro. The actual hardware is more than powerful enough to actually take it along and cope with all that stuff. Like I said, it can cope with 4K footage. It's going to be able to cope with a 3 GB software like Final Cut. And I'd just love to see that on the iPad Pro. So the question, can you use your iPad Pro as your main editing video rig? Then the answer is yes, sort of. It really does depend on what you're doing on it. It's very capable, and I love the iPad Pro. And the iPad Pro combined maybe with a MacBook Pro, using them together in combination with the AirDrop and the file transfer ease when you've got a MacBook and you can transfer it via AirDrop onto the iPad, maybe doing it in that way. Those things working in tandem, amazing. And it's still a very capable device, but I'm not quite ready. It's not quite ready for me. That's it for this video. I hope it helped, and check out my other videos about the iPad. I'll link them up here, so go and check those out. And please, while you're here, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. There's loads of new videos coming up soon. I'm still waiting for my Canon R6, so when that comes, there'll be some reviews, unboxings, and we'll do tests on it, so stay tuned for that one. Until the next time, take it easy, guys.